I saw our dog walking on two legs last night. He went into my sister's room and now she's gone. I can't stop shaking. It's hard to hold the pen steady. Mom and Dad don't believe me. They think I imagined it, but I know what I saw. I wish I didn't. Mom came into my room this morning, just after sunrise. She didn't notice how stiff I was, how my face must have been pale as a ghost. Her mind was on her usual routine, opening the windows on either side of my bed before heading to wake Amelia. How I wish that she'd find her there. That I'd hear her say, "Upsy daisy, Amelia," and it'd all just be a horrible dream. But she didn't find her. I heard her call Amelia's name, softly at first, then louder. Her footsteps quickened, moving from room to room, her voice growing sharper, more frantic. She checked the kitchen, the sitting room, even the back garden. I stayed frozen in my bed, clutching the sheets as her panic spread through the house. When she came back to my door, she looked at me properly this time. Her face was pale, her hands shaking. "Clara," she asked, her voice trembling, "do you know where Amelia is?" I couldn't answer. She thought I was scared of her shouting. She had no idea what I'd seen. The rest of the day was chaos. Police swarmed the house, stomping through rooms and asking endless questions. They searched the woods, the quarry, even the old church on the hill. Nothing. Not a trace. Dad yelled for them to do more. Mom just cried. I stayed quiet. Too quiet. I knew if I spoke, it'd all spill out, and no one would believe me anyway. 6 girls have gone missing from Millbrook in recent months. Teenagers, all of them. People whisper about it like saying it aloud might summon something worse. Everyone's scared, but no one knows what to do. I always thought it was some stranger passing through. Now I'm not so sure. Now I think it's been here all along. Last night, I saw something I can't explain. It was well past midnight, when a creak from the hallway woke me. I always keep my door slightly open to let some light in from the hallway. Through the narrow gap, I saw Rufus, our golden retriever, walking toward Amelia's room, but not on all fours. He was upright, like a man. His shape looked wrong, bigger somehow, and his movements were uneven and unnatural, like something trying to mimic life but failing. For a moment, I thought I was dreaming, but I could tell it was him. The shaggy fur, those familiar amber eyes, it was definitely Rufus. I heard Amelia's window open, then close. My body froze. My mind screamed at me to call for help, but I couldn't move. About an hour later, the window opened and shut softly again. Rufus came back out, still on 2 legs. He stopped at my door and peeked inside. My heart thundered, each beat louder than the last, threatening to give me away. I squeezed my eyes shut and pretended to sleep, every muscle trembling but locked in terror. When I finally dared to open my eyes again, he was gone. Even now, I can't make sense of what I saw. Rufus has been with us for years. I remember how he'd curl up at my feet during storms, or nudge my hand with his nose when I was sad. He was family, gentle, loyal, always there. But what I saw last night wasn't Rufus. Not really. It looked like him, but there was something deeply wrong, something almost hateful in the way he moved. It made my stomach turn. I told Dad tonight. I couldn't keep it in any longer. The police were gone, and Mom was crying in her room. The house was quiet when I went to him. I stumbled through my words, and Dad listened, his brow furrowed like I was a little kid spinning stories again. When I finished, he sighed and said, "Clara, you've had a rough day. You're exhausted. It must have been a dream." He patted my hand awkwardly, trying to reassure me, but I could tell he didn't believe me. Millbrook is a town of atheists. We don't believe in things out of fear. Afterward, he tucked me in. He hasn't done that since I was little, but I think he needed it as much as I did. "Try to sleep, sweetheart," he said softly, brushing my hair back. "We'll find Amelia. I promise." His voice cracked on her name. As he left, I glanced at the hallway. Rufus was there, standing on all fours at the edge of the light, his amber eyes locked on mine, unblinking. For a moment, I thought about telling Dad, but the words caught in my throat. The dog didn't move, didn't make a sound. He just stared. My skin crawled. I pulled the blanket to my chin as Dad patted Rufus on the head, and he followed him down the hall. I don't know why I'm writing this. Maybe it'll help me make sense of it, or maybe someone will find this if something happens. I just can't stop thinking about the girls who went missing. Did they have dogs too? Did they see what I saw? Amelia, I am so sorry. I should have done something. I should have called for help, screamed, anything. But I was too scared. I stayed frozen in my bed, pretending it wasn't real. I let you down. I hope you are okay, Amelia. I hope he didn't do anything to you. I feel the truth is coming for me tonight, and I'm afraid it's not the one I'm hoping for. Clara Hill.